For years, Ellen DeGeneres was seen as one of Hollywood's most lovable and untouchable stars. Her brand was built on kindness, positivity, and making people smile. But that image started falling apart after toxic workplace allegations, resurfaced interviews, and growing online discussions connecting powerful celebrities to controversial Hollywood circles involving figures like Jeffrey Epstein and Sean Combs. Strangely, while the internet heavily criticized Ellen, multiple celebrities publicly defended her, claiming she had always treated them well behind the scenes, creating an even bigger divide between Hollywood insiders and public opinion. 'Cause you feed in this stuff, you only add more fuel to the fire, right? But I'm not going to do. I'm going to leave it alone. Another day goes by, the fuel is growing. This fire's angry. One of the first celebrities to publicly defend Ellen DeGeneres during the backlash against her was Hart himself, and many people weren't surprised. In 2019, Hart faced intense criticism after old tweets resurfaced online during controversy surrounding his planned role hosting the Oscars. While many celebrities stayed quiet, Ellen openly supported him and invited him onto her show to discuss the situation publicly. So, when Ellen became the focus of internet criticism in 2020 over workplace allegations, Hart returned the favor. He said Ellen had always treated him with kindness and respect behind the scenes and criticized online culture for rushing to judgment before all the facts were known. He posted, "It's crazy to see my friend go through what she's going through publicly. I have known Ellen for years, and I can honestly say that she's one of the dopest people on the planet." However, his defense didn't calm the controversy. At the time, social media was already filled with distrust towards celebrity elites and Hollywood insiders. Many people argued that celebrities supporting Ellen didn't disprove employee allegations. It only showed that famous people often experience a very different side of the entertainment industry. Meanwhile, a resurfaced clip from a 2021 interview on Peacock's Heart to Heart has sparked intense social media speculation after Kevin Hart abruptly silenced Kelly Clarkson as she began discussing the pressures of the Hollywood industry. "But I've had people throw millions of dollars in my face to do something I didn't want to do. And what? You've been offered, yeah. Oh, they're in the room. Yeah, I don't want to. Yeah, that was my way of cueing you. Like it's open dialogue. Yeah, you want me to keep talking about it? By all means, we can keep talking about anything, but don't do it. Yeah, I don't want to." Katy Perry was also among the celebrities who publicly defended Ellen DeGeneres during the backlash. She said she had always experienced kindness from Ellen, which sparked a strong online divide. Supporters saw it as proof of Ellen's character, while critics pointed to different workplace experiences. That single statement was enough for her name to be pulled into internet theories and heated discussions about Hollywood loyalty and celebrity influence. Critics interpreted her defense as industry solidarity, while supporters saw it as personal testimony. In the end, her involvement is mainly about public perception and online speculation. But Katy Perry's music videos are known for wild, colorful, and symbolic visuals. But one particular clip has recently gone viral online. Fans are comparing scenes from her video to the aesthetic of Epstein Island-style party footage, sparking debate and conspiracy theories about hidden meanings behind celebrity visuals and Hollywood symbolism. There are so many Epstein file connections to Katy Perry's music video. First, I see Bon Appetit written in a red substance. Then we see this refrigerated room with her body in it. She is under some plastic. We see a bunch of chefs in white come and get her. They then put her in flour or baby powder, kneading her like dough. We then see a cutting board, and they're putting vegetables all over her. Next, we see her in a pot. We've seen them pouring this, but what does that look like? And especially cooked. They take this substance and paint her fingernails with it. She gets her hair cut super short, resembling youth, putting oil or baby oil on. The chefs take her through this kitchen door served on this table to the rich. Allegedly, there was a Diddy party that had the same concept, having a buffet around this individual. Why are their eyes glowing like that? Also, see the Mugos, and that's a hand. Everyone is around her with their plates. They become tied in their chairs, and she gets up on the table. They look at the black lights or really reminds me of the yummy video. There's pink powder flying everywhere. Notice the colors pink. They are being blindfolded, tied up, an apple in the mouth. If you haven't seen the picture of the turkey on the table in the Epstein files, like go look. The chefs are doing things to these people to have red substance all over them. We see her with a pie that has certain things in it. Here's a performance. Notice the girls in the pink at the table and guests around it. Promo for this was also being at an art exhibit with her head on this plate. Also have this of the people as fruit. In this music video, look at the eye on her outfit and feeding the rich people cake. Them eating the cake is giving this, and maybe I'm reaching. They also have this huge pig, which reminds me of this in the baby pig in the yummy music video. Meanwhile, Jay Leno also publicly defended Ellen DeGeneres during the peak of her controversy. Jay said he had known Ellen for years and struggled to connect the toxic workplace allegations with the person he personally experienced behind the scenes. He described Ellen as generous, supportive, and respected within the comedy world. He tweeted, "I don't discard a 40-year friendship on hearsay. The Ellen I know has raised over $125 million for charity and has always been a kind and decent person. I fully support her." Jay Leno. Jay suggested that public opinion had turned into a massive pile-on. Still, many viewers admitted Ellen's energy and on-screen personality seemed noticeably different in the final years her show, especially as ratings and criticism rapidly intensified. And while promoting Season 2 of his Facebook Watch series, Steve Harvey was asked about his longtime friend Ellen DeGeneres and the massive controversy surrounding her at the time. Steve didn't hesitate to defend Ellen, saying he had always known her as supportive and respectful behind the scenes. Steve has launched Season 2 of his Facebook Watch show, Steve on Watch. When I spoke to him, he did not hold back when I asked him about his good friend and fellow talk show host Ellen DeGeneres and the controversy that currently surrounds her. Ellen the person is probably one of the coolest and kindest people I've met in this business. Just like she has no control over what every staff member does, what every producer does. You can't control that. Be kind to everyone. Ellen, who promotes kindness on her show, has been embroiled in controversy after former staffers claimed her show's work environment was anything but kind. One ex-employee has even alleged racism in the workplace. "I'm a 63-year-old black man. I've been black the entire time. I ain't took no days off. I know racism. I know what it looked like, so you can't hide it for a little bit. That's not Ellen DeGeneres. That's just not her. Period. I've told her, keep your head up. You know, we've texted each other. But like my first advice was, Ellen got enough money to walk away. But we're in the cancel culture right now, man. Everybody want to see everybody called out. And I think Ellen's going to be absolutely fine myself. I really do." While online discussions exploded with theories involving Hollywood elites, Epstein rumors, and celebrity connections, Steve suggested that social media had created an environment where public figures could quickly become targets overnight. His comments added to the growing list of celebrities standing beside Ellen while the internet continued questioning Hollywood's hidden culture. How Marjorie Harvey exposes Steve Harvey and how he traded her and other young women to Epstein's circle for financial gain. This came as a shock to me, people. I even had to take notes to make this video, man, because I knew that Steve Harvey was involved with all the Diddy stuff. I knew he was involved with all the Diddy stuff. I mean, come on. Your daughter is dating one of the sons, and then all of a sudden Diddy is dating the son, and now dating the daughter, and then Diddy and the daughter is on vacation with you and Marjorie, and you don't have a problem with that. The only reason you would have a problem with that is because you was caught up in the Diddy mess with the Diddy tapes. And to give you all a little bit of background on Steve Harvey and Marjorie, well, Steve, he left his first wife high and dry. His first wife is actually from the same town in Louisiana that my father's from. He left her high, dry, and homeless and broke for Marjorie Harvey. So let me give you a little backstory on Marjorie, and we'll get into it because I got a video for you guys as well. Hey Marjorie. Hey man, she used to date them D-boys. Her last 2 men before Steve Harvey were major kingpins. One of them still serving life in the federal penitentiary, and one of them that got out. Ashton Kutcher also publicly defended Ellen DeGeneres after the backlash surrounding her exploded online. Ashton revealed that both he and Mila Kunis had only experienced Ellen as warm, generous, and respectful behind the scenes. Still, critics accused him of ignoring former employees who claimed Ellen's workplace environment was toxic and deeply uncomfortable. But the important part is that Ashton Kutcher has faced intense public scrutiny and online backlash due to his past well-documented friendship with Sean Diddy Combs, particularly following the rapper's 2024 arrest on and racketeering charges. Moreover, some allege his direct involvement with Jeffrey Epstein as well. Ashton Kutcher, the man who is meant to be protecting children, the man who, has the charity, but is here in emails via his assistant trying to set up meetings with Ghislaine Maxwell all whilst he was too busy filming his TV show Punk'd. Directions to the set. Hi Ghislaine. They will be expecting, and her father on Monday 7 p.m. The address is redacted. They will be shooting a scene in a restaurant called Daily Grill. The area is called Manhattan Beach and also part of an area called El Segundo. The driver should take the 405 to Rosecrans and then go west. They are close by. They should call redacted Ashton's assistant so that she can meet them at the parking yard trailer near the Daily Grill. Her number is redacted. Ellis Holtzman, who used to work for Miramax and now works for Ashton's production company, will also be there to greet them. They will show around the set, take time to meet Ashton, take time to have a bite to eat. Perhaps please give them my cell number as well as in case there is any problem. If they have a cell phone on them, I can then give redacted just in case. Let me know if you have any questions. Look forward to seeing you in September. Bonnie. So you would think that, why is so much information being redacted? Why is, who is this being you need a phone self to phone this person, to these names all being blurred out. I just find it to be ridiculous. Today's set visit. Hi. Yes, Ali Holtzman will be speaking to her about acting. He has experience in casting and has worked in the industry and with actors for many years. Bonnie thanks. All is set. Ted, the dad, has all the numbers and will call Ashton's assistant. If someone can talk to Redacted about becoming an actress, that would be great. Thanks again. Just checking that you are all set with the set visit and that the directions I sent you are clear. Please have Redacted call Redacted Ashton's assistant on Redacted when they are close so you can call them exactly where she is at the time. Thanks. So this is interesting because after his departure from Miramax, Holtzman was hired in 2005 as president of Ashton Kutcher's production company, best known for the MTV prank series Punk'd. So here we can clearly see that Ashton's team and his assistants were trying to basically help this person become an actress who so happened to be underage. There are allegations of Ashton involved in Diddy's crimes, such as going to his infamous parties and doing all that shady stuff. There are some horrible details about those parties and the things Ashton did along with Diddy. He has been connected to the wrong people, and his support for Ellen appears misleading to some people. Any other proof of what's going to happen to these orphanages? Rather, you have so many celebrities doing XYZ. Even back to Diddy, and I know that we keep speaking about him. He is related to all of this. Remember those trips that he would take to Kazakhstan? Talking about he needs to go visit these orphanages. Why would he go and visit an orphanages in a random different country, in a random different city? Like, why would you do that? And one of the kids even came out in an interview talking about how Diddy wanted to buy him, but then the kid said no last minute. And I think that Ashton Kutcher is basically doing the same thing with this whole organization. Him and Mila Kunis are very weird to me. They've also supported very weird people in their time of need. And the last thing that Ashton needs right now is to be connected to the wrong people. He was very much connected to Diddy, the all-white parties. He was at multiple of them, and there was so much scrutiny, and apparently he went into hiding, and it really bothered him. And then once again, now he's basically being connected to a lane where his team, his assistant, people that would work for him are all trying to set up some kind of coordination for this underage girl to become an actress. And they're going to help her. They're going to give her directions. They're going to give her guidance, and I do wonder why she was picked. Poor girl probably thought, you know what? I'm picked because of my own merit, my own talent, but really and truly, there are sharks surrounding her, and Ashton seems to be one of them. Jerry O'Connell also stepped forward to defend Ellen DeGeneres, while criticism surrounding her continued growing online. Jerry said Ellen had helped countless people throughout Hollywood and argued that accusations should be investigated carefully instead of instantly turning into public convictions. Jerry warned that online outrage was beginning to overpower actual evidence. Still, former employees continued sharing negative stories about working on Ellen's show, leading to a Warner Media investigation and Ellen eventually issuing a public apology that became one of the biggest moments of the entire controversy. But some of her comments are questionable even today. If I'm having fun and no one's watching, I don't care. But if I'm not having fun and everyone's watching, then I should walk away. The 62-year-old talk show host, apparently trying to keep a low profile amid reports that claim she is ready to call it quits, feels betrayed by her staff and has had enough. Despite all that, Ellen's producers are moving ahead with the new season. A source tells ET that the show staff plan to return to set shooting new episodes of Ellen's show next month, and one of Ellen's top producers tweeted, "Nobody is going off the air." Ellen has apologized to staff after a BuzzFeed report claimed there was a toxic work culture on the show. She suggested high-level producer changes were imminent. So who's sticking up for Ellen? Well, Ellen's wife Portia de Rossi shared this. "I stand by Ellen" image this morning, and Jerry O'Connell reposted. Throughout the backlash surrounding Ellen DeGeneres, her wife Portia de Rossi remained one of her strongest public defenders. Portia repeatedly thanked fans who continued supporting Ellen and pushed back against what she believed were unfair attacks online. Portia continued standing firmly beside Ellen, encouraging people not to believe every narrative spreading across social media. Supporters viewed Portia's loyalty as proof Ellen's real personality was different behind closed doors, while critics argued family members naturally defend each other during scandals. After Ellen's show ended, the couple noticeably stepped away from Hollywood attention, fueling even more speculation online. After online rumors linked Ellen DeGeneres to Epstein-related speculation, fans noticed tension surrounding her marriage. Even though Portia de Rossi had long defended Ellen publicly, new divorce rumors suddenly fueled even more controversy across social media and Hollywood gossip circles. That the Epstein files reveal Ellen DeGeneres as, and I'm quoting this directly from the posts, Hollywood's most prolific that she consumed human, while sharing distorted images of her face, writing paragraphs about underground dystopias, calling her a vampire. Now, these are completely unfounded claims with no evidence to back them up. So let's take a look at what's actually in the files. Ellen DeGeneres is named in the Epstein documents, and that part is real. Her name appears in the broader index of over 300 high-profile individuals that show up across the investigative materials. That, flight logs, communications, third-party interviews, peripheral records, kind of thought, well, I don't want to live like this. I don't have to. I don't need to. Alec Baldwin also publicly showed support for Ellen DeGeneres during a heartfelt on-air moment. He praised her career, saying he had followed her since her stand-up days and always considered her one of the funniest and most talented people in entertainment. Alec encouraged Ellen to keep going despite the rough patches, telling her that show business wouldn't feel the same without her. Ellen responded emotionally, thanking him and admitting she was navigating the rapids, but still pushing forward. Ellen, I just want to say that you are someone I have followed your career from when you were doing stand-up. And you were a solo performer. And I've watched the films you've done. And I've watched your success on this TV show. And you are one of the funniest and most talented women, one of the most funny and talented people in all of show business. And we all have some patches of white water here, but you keep going. Don't you stop doing what you're doing. Yes, sir. Thank you so much, Alec. Yeah. Amen. That means so much to me. I appreciate it, and yeah, there has been some rapids, and I am maneuvering the raft. Yeah. So, but thank you so much for saying that. So, you asked the guide. Thanks so much. Too, and you just keep moving forward because it's not the same without you. You're funny. We need you. We need you. We need you. Keep log rolling as best you can, okay? I'm going to do it. I'm going to stay on the log. Baldwin's comments were also shared widely as part of the broader wave of celebrity support surrounding Ellen. Stacking opinions created a patterned debate as celebrity defenses clashed with workplace allegations, investigations, and growing Hollywood power discussions. Podcasters like Joe Rogan have publicly questioned Ellen and her role in the shady dealings in Hollywood. While he frequently comments on Hollywood culture, media narratives, and celebrity behavior on the Joe Rogan Experience, he has criticized what he sees as image management in entertainment and how public personas can differ from behind-the-scenes behavior. But it's a rough one now. It's a rough one now because she was running Abu Ghraib in the back of her show. That's a rough one. She's out there dancing with Kristen Bell, and in the back there's people that are getting up on the rack like this. It's so weird when you see a lot of people saying that someone who seems so nice is not nice at all. Doesn't seem nice, but that's that people have a very poor judge of character. She doesn't seem nice. It seems forced. People that are like that all the time, and she doesn't seem nice. It's very forced. And whatever, you're allowed to be a trade. You're allowed to be a trade. You're allowed to be nasty to people. You're accomplished. You're a comedian. You did the whole thing. What you're not allowed to do is have a Guantanamo Bay situation in the backstage of your show where everybody's walking around afraid for their life, and it's like Abu Ghraib where they're hooked up to wires and they have yeah, she's got dogs and hoods. If an intern's late, they have a hood on. I don't support that. That's just me. Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah, I mean, I wish she had have done. You should know that Ellen isn't the only celebrity accused of hiding behind a carefully crafted public image. A lot of people believe Hollywood is filled with stars who appear friendly and relatable on camera, but act completely differently behind the scenes. Joe Rogan has claimed that many Hollywood elites carry an attitude that makes ordinary people feel looked down on or ignored entirely. These details are truly horrific. There is an arrogance that some stars had, particularly in the 90s. When I first came to Hollywood, and this was really evident for me, because I was not a star, but I was on a television show. So I got to be around a lot of stars, and there was a way that some of them would treat you. They would let you know that you are subhuman. You are below them. They would communicate with you in the most disrespectful and dismissive ways. Weird. Got mousy guys that I could write, instantly. And they would just be rude to you in a really weird way because they had power. They had power, and then when an executive would come over, they would turn on the charm. They'd be smiling and laughing, and then you would talk to them at the craft service and they would dismiss you in the weirdest ways. I encountered a bunch of that. Yeah, it was commonplace, and it was, I think, a thing that they aspired to. That's the bigger question the internet keeps asking. If Hollywood really is built on manufactured personalities and powerful relationships, then how many other celebrities are still hiding behind the exact same friendly image? Because once the public starts questioning the performance, the illusion becomes much harder to maintain. And Ellen DeGeneres may have become one of the biggest examples of that shift happening in real time. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe, because the next celebrity controversy the internet is obsessing over might be even bigger. And trust me, this rabbit hole only gets crazier from here.